church, Owo, where scores were killed and many injured by them. Governor Akeredolu described the terror attack as a bad experience which has never happened in the Southwest region. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports that the governor also had an audience the state leadership of Algon.
The recent terror attack in Owo has continued to attract global attention as the international community is grieving with Ondo State. The World Health Organization was led to the governor's office in Akure to condole with the governor, the state and the people by his country representative and head of mission Nigeria, Dr. Walter Mulumbo. He applauded Governor Akeredolu for his quality leadership, which prompted WHO's immediate response to the situation. Dr. Mulumbo described the attack on worshippers, including little children, as unspeakable, saying the global body would offer relevant support.
Time we came with some emergency trauma kit and some of the support material, and we'll be happy to hand them over. But this is just a gesture of contribution and solidarity, and we will remain available to provide any additional support that your state might require.
Governor Akeredolu, who appreciated the visit, said no one was kidnapped during the incident, noting that the terrorists came to maim and kill. The governor encouraged public and worship places to install closed-circuit cameras to enhance security.
We plan to come up under the policy. We will encourage our places of worship and any of our setup where you have 20, 30 people coming. It will be compulsory for you to host a CCTV.
While commending the WHO team for their assistance, the governor solicited more intervention, especially in the social sector.
We, no doubt, supply of consumables and other emergency and other things, one. But the social support is very, very important because we are getting out of this phase now. We are told that a few people have been discharged.
Governor Akeredolu also received in audience the leadership of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Algon, in the state. Led by its chairman, Mr. Augustine Oloruntogbe, the association condemned the heinous act while identifying with families of the victims.
I will not relent. In fact, we will do more than what we have been doing to see that we cooperate with your government to make sure that every local, every inch of land, every square meter of this state is secured.
Governor Akeredolu urged council bosses in the 18 local government areas of the state to set up community guards to enhance security at the grassroots.
We remain undeterred to continue to fight, to not shy away from the path of truth, whatever happens. These people cannot get away with it. As I said, we have a challenge. Sit down, among yourself, and work it out. How do you have local government vigilantes?
The governor reassured residents of the state of his administration's determination to ensure justice and equity for overall development. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Also, as Ondo State mourns over our calamity, Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, and Interior Minister Rauf Aregbesola says the troublers of our town must not rest. The duo who called to identify with Governor Akeredolu on the incident said it was disheartening that some people could desecrate the temple of God with innocent blood. They asked Nigerians to see insecurity as a struggle that we must all address without counting the cost. Again, Wahab Bankole reports.
Following the unfortunate killings in the ancient town of Owo, more eminent Nigerians have continued to identify with Ondo State and its people. The governor of Oyo State, Mr. Seyi Makinde, and the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, are the latest to visit the state. At the palace of Olowo, Governor Akeredolu, who appreciated the visit, restated the commitment of his administration to a more secured state.
I want to clear our forest. And that's what we miss. That was what led to our Modern Farm. Let us clear the forest of criminals. They have sense in the forest, and we have no food than to continue their fight. The forest has been colonized.
The Interior Minister, who described the attack as horrendous, urged the monarch to use the power of customs and traditions to apprehend the perpetrators. The Olowo Oba Gbadigeshi Ogunwoye stressed the need for concerned individuals at all levels to end insecurity in the country. Speaking with journalists after visiting some of the survivors at Federal Medical Center, Owo, Governor Makinde and Aregbesola said no efforts will be spared towards apprehending the perpetrators of the dastardly act.
It's beyond barbarism. It's savagery. To have children maimed, shot in the head, shot in the chest. What could be? For what purpose? These are vulnerable, innocent people that ordinarily should be protected by all, not to now talk of this incident happening in a sanctuary, in a place where ordinarily people should run to. Should there be any attack on them or their property, it is quite objectionable and must be condemned by everybody. We will mobilize every security apparatus we have at our disposal to, one, identify, apprehend, and prosecute the perpetrators, and use this as the last of it.
We have to avoid any knee-jerk reaction. We have to, use the intelligence that we have, and we shouldn't say that this is not going to happen. We have to be prepared. That if they, especially, I don't want to make it sound like this is a regional thing. But this is, as long as it is not acceptable anywhere else, we don't even want to see this kind of thing anywhere in the southwestern region of Nigeria.
They appealed to residents to be security conscious and report strange movements in their areas to security agencies. From Owo, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Similarly, the United Kingdom Parliament has also condemned the brutal killings of innocent Nigerians at Owo, Ondo State.
Mr. Speaker, I'm horrified by the attack that took place against a church in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria. I've publicly expressed the UK government's condemnation of this heinous act and stressed the importance of those responsible being brought to justice in accordance with the law. The High Commission in Nigeria has also expressed our condolences to the Governor of Ondo State and offered our support. I know that the House will join me in sending our condolences to the families and communities of those killed. Rising conflict and insecurity across Nigeria is having a devastating impact on affected communities. I've raised this issue with the Nigerian authorities on several occasions, including in conversations with Nigeria's Vice President and Foreign Minister during my visit in February. And during that visit, I also met regional governors, religious leaders, and non-governmental organisations to discuss intercommunal violence and freedom of religion or belief. But the root causes are often complex and frequently also relate to competition over resources, historical grievances and criminality. So the UK government is committed to working with Nigeria to respond to insecurity. At our security and defence dialogue with Nigeria in February, we committed to work together to respond to the conflict. We're supporting local and national peace-building efforts in Nigeria, including through the Nigeria Governors Forum and National Peace Committee. We provide mentoring and capacity building to support Nigerian police force units to improve their anti-kidnap capacity, and are supporting efforts to address the drivers and enablers of serious and organised crime in Nigeria.
And still on our attack, a finger that wipes your tears in time of difficulties is more than 1,000 that clap your success. When many Nigerians displayed this rare virtue when they donated blood to save victims of the Owo sacrilege. The reports.
The mindless attack on worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church Owo on Sunday the 5th of this month sent shockwaves to the people of Ondo State. The attack, which left many dead and scores injured, necessitated emergency health care for victims at Federal Medical Center Owo and other hospitals in the town. So much blood lost, hence the clarion call on residents of the state to donate blood to save the lives of the victims. At the Unimed Teaching Hospital and the Mother and Child Hospital in Akure, health workers were thrilled by the response of the public who donated enough blood for the victims' survivor.
Immediately we made the clarion call, people started showing up, and as of today, we have bled about 59 people in Unimed Teaching Hospital. And Red Cross also collaborated with us at Ondo there. So we really want to appreciate the public for their great turnout. We have been able to raise a total of 104 pints because the blood donation was not only taking place at Unimed Teaching Hospital, it was also taking place at Mother and Child Akure and College of Health Technology.
People came out in mass to come and donate. We started on evening Sunday around 4 p.m. and people came till 9 p.m. People came out to come and donate. On Monday, people came out in mass to come and donate. And at the end of the day, we realized 110 pints of blood. Even some people donated from church.
Some of the donors said donating blood is an act of service to humanity that should never be turned down.
I feel touched about what happened in Owo presently. That brought me here to save their lives. To donation of my blood.
The least I could do is to donate blood and continually pray that every one of them recover fully, and that for the bereaved, the families and every one of us will be able to console one another and then be able to bear the loss.
A group of Muslim youths under the umbrella of Majlis Kudan Ahmadiyya were also on ground to make blood donation at Mother and Child Hospital, Ondo.
We are also using this medium to pray to Almighty Allah that the victim of this attack that lost their life, may Almighty Allah forgive them, and also the ones that are still battling with the recovery, may Almighty Allah give them quick recovery.
The medical staff encouraged the public not to wait till emergencies before they donate blood.
This is a simple and selfless act towards humanity for victims of our attack and others lying on their hospital beds, hoping for a chance to be on their feet again. Selfless acts like this from the public is what they count on for survival. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
And now, following an upsurge in attacks on public places with Owo's offensive in mind, experts have advocated security surveillance to check the ugly trend. They also advise Nigerians to be security vigilant and not be complacent. Omoni Olahun, who visited some public places in Akure, Ondo State capital, reports.
Fear of attack informed the country to take serious security measures, especially after World War II, to protect people and their properties. But events seemed to have overshadowed the experience.
Many of them with arms and some armies together with them.
This is the rock on that fateful day where we began to see smoke coming out from this house.
Nigeria today battles a series of attacks in public places such as churches, mosques, schools, markets, police stations, among others, which were once prominent in the northern part of the country and glide to the southwest.
Something is just still very wrong, and that is why a particular area will be identified with a particular ethnic group or religion, and anybody who cares or who tries to come there is perceived as an enemy.
It is dangerous in the sense that now when people are segregated, when there is a conflict, people know that we direct our attack to this environment or that environment, and this is really becoming a problem.
And last Sunday, Ondo State witnessed a gruesome murder of hapless worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo. This sacrilege has prompted security experts to believe that the attackers target public places to draw the attention of those in authority. The Commandant Vigilance Group of Nigeria, Ondo State, Gideon Akinwumi, suggested more human and electronic surveillances, saying the country may not achieve any headway with its current security architecture.
There is need for surveillance. When you talk about surveillance, I think most of our people here believe surveillance is just placing the CCTV camera somewhere. Surveillance goes beyond that. The CCTV camera these days doesn't do much. And for example, with the kind of electricity we have in Nigeria, your CCTV will just fail you many times. When there's no light, there's no CCTV. There are some that uses this solar, you understand, but they don't do much. And many people cannot even afford that. The major surveillance that I think the government has to put in place now has to do with human intelligence surveillance, not only electronic surveillance.
In Nigeria, we don't have a secured border on other countries. In other countries, all their borders are fenced with barbed wires or big fence and mounted with security around. But we don't have that one in Nigeria. All our borders are free for everybody to sneak in. But what I can advise the government is that we need more security, men and women.
Now that the nation is looking up to those in authority to address the incessant attacks, it also behoves individuals to be security conscious and always alive to strange movements around them. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
And now on the much awaited APC convention, and the national leader of the All Progressives Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a March winner of the party's candidates for the 2023 general elections. Asiwaju Tinubu polled 1,271 votes to win the primaries. Other aspirants and their votes are Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, 235, former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, 316, the Senate President, 152, Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, 47, Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade, 37, and the Governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umai, 38 votes. Votes polled by the remaining aspirants are former Zamfara State Governor Ahmed Sani Yerima, 4, former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha, 0, Pastor Tunde Bakare, 0, Jack Rich, 0, and the voided votes are 13. In his acceptance speech, Asiwaju Tinubu asked Nigerians to rededicate themselves to nation building. And now the Ondo State Governor and Chairman, Southern Governors Forum, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has hailed the outcome of the special convention for presidential primary of the All Progressives Congress APC. The governor particularly lauded the emergence of former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu as flag bearer of the party for the 2023 general election. He said, as a leader of the party, it is time to galvanize support and calm frayed nerves, urging for the reconciliation process to start immediately. In a statement, Akeredolu expressed delight that APC displayed total commitment to the ethos of democracy and embraced the path of fairness and equity. He called on the aspirants and APC leaders to leverage on the party's political strength for further development and reposition it for even greater victory. Akeredolu said struggle for the service of the people must reflect in the ruling party's support and incurable commitment to unity geared towards the good of the people and the country at large. Over 300 members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists are expected to benefit from the ongoing free medical checkup organized by the Ondo State Council. The state chairman of the union, Mr. Leke Adigbite, said the initiative is to ensure the men of the pen profession are fit at all times to discharge their duties effectively. Osrc's Bisola Aluku has the report as presented from our studios.
A healthy life is one of the major necessities of life. This no doubt prompted the Nigerian Union of Journalists Ondo State Chapter in conjunction with the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency to render free medical services to journalists amidst their busy schedule. The checkup includes fasting blood sugar test, blood pressure, hepatitis B and C, and medical counseling. The Ondo NUJ chairman Leke Adigbite said the union places premium on members' welfare.
Many of our members, or 90% of our members, we don't have time to visit our doctors, to visit hospitals, and we as a union, we want to be responsible and responsive to welfare of our members, and we observe that one of the ways to improve their welfare is to organize a medical outreach like this that will be more comprehensive.
The Director of Medical Laboratory Service of Ondo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Israel Adeyemi, said the medical checkup was essential to determine any possible signs or symptoms of a medical condition and devise a treatment plan.
Very, very timely and very, very commendable. We like to personally commend the NUJ for doing this.
That you should take time to check yourself. But this opportunity will afford us the opportunity. Will afford us the privilege of having it free of charge.
You know, the results are written out for all the participants, so they will take it to the doctor. So if anyone needs to be treated, the person will be referred to appropriate headquarters.
The medical outreach, which will come to an end on Thursday, is expected to be a quarterly exercise.
And with that, we conclude Sunshine Reports. To join us at 6 for news updates. Good afternoon.